Give yourself a chance. Hey guys, what's up? So it's Eddie and I'm here with my amazing, talented cooking, dessert making friend, Hannah.
Nice to meet you, thank you. Nice to meet Eddie's friends, and thank you, Eddie.
Well, thanks for coming on to my show. I had told people I want to do a show featuring my friends, and you're a newfound friend, but much appreciated friendship that you came all this way to, you know, come be on my show and talk about relationships.
Yay! Because if there's anything that makes my heart pound faster than pies, it's love and romance. It's fun.
I can't leave Chicago without having one of Hannah's pies, so that's what we're doing today.
So Eddie told me, I said, give me a flavor to build off of. Give me a couple foods that you like. And he said ginger beer and blueberries. So this technically isn't a pie. It's a cheesecake tart thing.
How do you know I like cheesecake?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful!
This is a ginger snap crust with a mascarpone cheese and blueberry and lime filling, I guess you could say.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my god. First off, tell me a little about yourself, Hannah. Like, where did you come from?
I'm from Richmond, Virginia originally, born and raised there, and I only just moved to Chicago when I went to college. So Chicago was on like the top of my bucket list because of the 789 YouTube gathering.
Wow.
I wanted to see the Bean because everybody met at the Bean. So I was just inspired by the 789 YouTube gathering and was like, I want to go to Chicago.
I kind of like feel like there's multi-tiers of relationships, at least in my life. Like, even if they're romantic or they're not or whatever, like I have so many relationships with so many people, and it's so bittersweet because we're filming this now in Chicago and I am probably in LA right now, and it's just like I just think of like all these people that I've met and like going from like out of my comfort zone to, but I think what I'm trying to get at is that I think some people look at certain relationships and think that they don't matter, whether it ended up being a good relationship or a bad relationship. And I think like I was telling you before you filming this that like a year ago, you know, last year I was in a really depressing.
We were both completely different people.
We were literally with people that were like mean and bad for us and kind of just toxic.
And caring too much about what they thought about us.
Yeah, no, literally. And like, I think that fueled everything that I've done and like, look where I'm at now. But, so I want to say like, thank you to those people that
put us down
because like, you got me to this point, but I think it's how you react to those. I say that in my book. It's not about how you act, how you react. Like, how do you react to a situation?
I had a similar situation in the fact that I was in a relationship once and it didn't turn out so hot or the way I wanted it to, the way, you know, you would think or whatever. So how I kind of took that feeling coming out of it was I wrote a kick butt script for one of my classes, and I'm not a scriptwriter really. I've tried to write a couple, but I've never been passionate about it. But then the idea of write what you know came to my mind, and for the specific teacher, and it was just like came at the right moment. And I wrote the script, and then at the end of that semester, everybody was like, what happens next? What's the next episode? I want to read more.
Exactly.
And I wrote my heart and soul into the script and actually like sent it to friends and like wanted their intake. And I'm so proud of that one script that I've written because I actually was passionate about it. I couldn't stop thinking about it.
I think back to the work that I used to do and then the work I've done in the last year and a half or so. And like all the work I've done in the past year and a half have been so personal and so close to me. Like but I've turned those situations into passionate art that was true and raw and like real.
Meant something.
Mm-hmm. And they actually did better than like anything I've ever done. You know what I mean? Like my last year and a half you know, as an artist and as a creator has been the most amazing, you know, doing the book, doing the web series, whatever, like people like it, you know, and they like relate to it. And it's because you have to take those situations as an artist, I feel like, and you have to be true to yourself, and you have to be willing to
work them to your advantage rather than disadvantage.
Yeah.
When that just makes you an upset person. Great example. Last year, I really take pride in my Instagram page at HMPaster, HMPASTER. It's a lot of pictures of food, and if we're talking a year, like if we're talking when we filmed this a year ago, I was obsessed with Instagram, and the fact that I was obsessed with the wrong kind. It was very artificial, it was very like staged, very poised, very like too much, way too much. People were false, people weren't people. And that's what my Instagram page was, because that's what I was following, watching, and wanting to be. And I didn't believe in it, and I actually felt like gross posting things, and I posted things that I didn't necessarily want to post, but felt like I had to in order to be Instagram famous.
Yeah.
And then I just sort of like found myself and got rid of the like artificial people that I was following, and more have kept to, I'm gonna post this because it makes me feel good to look at this picture, first of all. Second of all, I'm gonna caption it the way I want to caption it, and the way I caption things is just like telling stories, because I'm a storyteller. And like, I don't really care if I'm Instagram famous or if I have followers or if people like it or whatever, because I'm putting out what I want to put out, and that's all that matters. And comes with that, people can read that better than the artificial stuff. So I have gained followers. I do get occasional likes on my things just because, and it's because people read the warmth rather than the she's posting every day because she feels like she has to, because you should on Instagram. It's like I don't post every day because I don't always have something to post, but when I do, it's killer because I care about it.
Exactly. I was doing YouTube videos and people are making fun of me, you know, like in high school, and I just think of that and just think that I stuck with it and still like stuck true to my passions and what I love to do and all of that. And it's just like literally, you know, like pushing through that and pushing through your dreams, you know, like if you are passionate about something or you even feel like I want to do photography but I think people will think this, like I don't even think about those kids.
Don't even think about it.
Yeah,
though.
and
like
do you have a similar experience, especially someone, I feel like people that watch YouTube, but especially way back when then, it was like we were those like indifferent kids, and we watched the people online and we're like, we're not so different because look, they're just like us, they're weird or they're quirky or whatever.
And if I do this thing, people are going to interpret me as weird or whatever.
Yeah.
But you have to know, like, if you really want to do the thing, don't be stopped by other people's reactions to make you stop doing the thing. Like, this is a great transition to relationships, because if I've learned anything, it's like if I want something to go away, if I just want to do something with my day, but I feel like I can't because somebody else is going to like disapprove or say something or think I'm weird for wanting to do that with my day, it's like, but that's what I want to do, and therefore I'm going to do it. Like, you can't stop me. Like, I agree. I have beliefs, and like, this is what I want to do, or this is what, especially in a romantic relationship, it's like, if I want to hold your hand in public and I don't see that being weird, and then the person's like, no, I don't want to hold your hand, it's like, well, holding your hand, it matters to me. Who was the first actual YouTuber that you watched that you saw in real life, and how did you react?
Oh my god. Seriously?
Do you remember? I remember my mom.
Yeah, I remember walking into the Hilton in 2010, VidCon, and going to the bathroom, and out walks Justine and Jenna, her sister, and I just remember going, Justine, and then I give her the biggest hug, and it was so genuine and so nice. And then I went down the stairs, waited in line, and I ran into Michael Buckley, who grabbed my camera and made a video blog with me on the spot and tweeted it to his followers. And that was like literally the first person, like first YouTuber really that I did a video with and met. And then he tweeted me to his followers, and then the next day Justine did a video with me, featured me on there, so my YouTube like blew up.
First YouTuber story was actually at VidCon 2013. Me and my dad had flown in that day, and I wanted to make it, and our flight was delayed and all this stuff, Uber was traffic and everything was horrible, and I was super stressed out thinking we weren't going to make it. Me and him had our suitcases, and we were running up to our hotel room, and we crowd into this packed elevator, and we push the up button, we go in, packed elevator, go up, and the doors open at a floor that's not our floor. And who's standing there but Mike Falzone and Megan Tonjes? And Mike looks me dead in the eyes because I'm like in the center of the elevator because we had just gotten on and it was, you know, horribly busy. And he said, "Is this going up or down?" And I felt all of my blood go down to my feet, and my mouth probably dropped a little bit, and my heart stopped, and I just, and then the girl behind me said, "Oh, it's going up," and he said, "Darn it," and then him and Megan turned around and then, like, walked away to another elevator. So Eddie told me about this Shane Dawson thing, right? I'm not supposed to know about it. I lost my mind. And then he started telling me about when he started watching Shane, just to, like, give some context. Mm-hmm. And he said when he was 13, he was watching Shane Dawson for the first time, and he said to himself, "I want to be more than a fan with this guy. Like, I want to be on his show." And it struck me in that moment, maybe like an hour before filming this. Mm-hmm. Hey, Eddie, that's kind of crazy, because, like, think about it. When you were 13, you were like, "I want to be in his show." And now, years later, you're actually on his show. Ooh. He's built, like, subconsciously. I feel like I've done almost the same thing. Subconsciously, it's like you're not even working towards being on Shane Dawson's show, but it happens. The things that you do in your life lead you to something that you wanted when you were 13 years old. So you have the Living in the Moment web series. He's done, like, this whole poop ton of resume stuff that, like, the first time I ever met Eddie, everyone was impressed. Like, everybody's eyes grew wide and everybody looked at each other and just said, like, "Oh, he's going places."
Oh my God, you guys are so sweet.
Nobody knew about this Shane Dawson thing, and nobody knew that this was your 13-year-old dream, but it just sort of happened.
Now to think that, like, I'm friends with some YouTubers, and that, like, I remember meeting them and shaking their hand and be like, "You're my mentor," and, like, having them literally get me through some of the toughest times in my life.
Because they've been through it.
Yeah.
And they know, like, about connections.
They have no idea how much they've done for me and Shane, and I, like, mentioned in my book, and, like, the reason why I'm here creatively, went to Columbia for film, was all because of YouTube. So it's
100%. So I did a little pie series at the end of my sophomore year of college, and I reached out to Craig, Wheezy Waiter, and asked, "Are you interested in getting coffee and talking and letting me film it, just because?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." So the footage never went anywhere because technical difficulties, and all of it's out of focus and the audio is bad. But I have to admit, like, sitting there, when he first walked in, it was a little bit starstrucking.
Yeah.
But after you spend a couple hours with a person, it's like, after you spend 10, 20 minutes with a person, it's a little less of starstrike and more like, "Oh no, like, you're a person just like me."
I love that. That's a really good transition point, because I feel like, as much as and amazing as it is that, like, there are these big fan stands,
celebrities,
and, like, you know, I think we have to keep in mind that, like, everyone, regardless of who it is, I think we all should respect people as people, and, like, we're all human beings. We all have emotions. We all have things in our life that are uncontrollable, and, like, no matter what level of fame, I guess you could say, like, we're all people. And so, like, it's amazing that you can, you know, like someone gets starstruck, but I love that you said that. I think we have to just keep in mind, we're all people. Well, Hannah, we covered so much, and I am so thankful for you coming and bringing your pie, and I also enjoyed having conversation with you.
I enjoyed being with you. This was so fun.
It was so fun. Literally, like, I could just talk to you for, like, hours and hours on end.
The long-lasting thing should be like, "Hey, Mitchell Davis, if you want a pie, please call me." But then also, more importantly, I feel like the long-lasting thing that people can take away from watching us is celebrities are people too. It's like, don't be intimidated and don't be scared to do what you want.
More of us need to remind ourselves just to follow your gut and your heart and what you love.
Follow your dreams.
Follow your dreams and love yourself, you know?
Exactly.
Like, literally, like,
fall in love with yourself.